Hi everyone, I'm Abby Goldberg. I'm a Career Program Specialist here at UI Reach, and welcome to the Adaptive Equipment Closet. Okay, so as you open the closet, obviously you'll be able to see all the tools that we have, but also on the side you'll be able to see our ring of resources. So what this includes is a list of not only resources, but also the inventory list on the front. So it's also categorized into different things. So we have our bathroom tools, dressing tools, kitchen tools, electronic devices and technology, and miscellaneous as well. So that's what you'll be able to find here. As you can see on this inventory list, it specifies what items are for show only and what items that you can actually use. So it's important that people are paying attention to this list when they see it. The rest of these resources on the ring are different places and departments and agencies that students can go to reference other devices and more equipment that we don't have in the closet available. So as you can see, there's two binders that are up here in the little corner, and we'll go through the first one first. So this is just basically, again, a more extensive inventory list, so I'll show you those. So again, it's separated by the categories and the different colors, and it coordinates to the other inventory list you just saw. And then it has the item that you can use, again, if it's for show only or not, and then a QR code and a link to then also learn how to use the item, a how-to video, and also where you can find it to purchase it if needed. So that's included there. And then of course, to keep track of all the items in the closet, we have our check-in and check-out list just to make sure we have everything. So it has each item listed. Again, it also says if it's just for show or not, which is nice. Just a third reminder putting it out there. And then you put your name, your checkout date, check-in date. And if there is more than one item that we have in the closet, then you can put the number that's listed on the item as well. The next binder is a list of assistive technology extensions and apps that the students can use while they're here. They are separated by our agency's areas. So we have career, we have academics, and we have student life related apps. So it has the app listed there in the picture too, because sometimes it's confusing when you go on the App Store and you don't know which one to click. So that's awesome. And then it says the features. It shows where it's available, so Chrome, Microsoft, things like that. And then it has QR codes where you can then go to download the app, add the extension, or just learn more about the app if you'd like. So again, like I said, they're separated into our categories and areas that we focus on. As an example, here are some apps related to academic and career related areas. So we have apps and extensions like speech to text, text to speech, editing apps, magnifying extensions, and all the things like that. Some other apps that we may utilize in student life, for example, could be different alarm apps that work for different individuals. We have a bunch of those, and then we also have like scheduling and productivity apps that students can use as well. This is an ever-changing binder. When we get new ideas or feedback from students and staff, we'll continue to add it in there. On the other side of the closet, we have a little puck with a stop sign pointing to the sanitizing wipes in capital letters, making sure that you sanitize the equipment before you put it back in the closet. Okay, so the moment you've all been waiting for to take a look into the actual items in the closet. So it is organized, again, by the different categories that we have set up. So we'll take a look at the first one, and this is considered the miscellaneous category. So we have things such as adaptive loop scissors, we have reading trackers as well in here, and then it kind of moves along into our many sizes of the universal cuffs, which is awesome. And then we also have demonstrations on how to use them in there. And then we can move on to our adaptive spatula and utensils. So here would be our kitchen section that we're moving into. And then we also have, as you can see, multiple quantities of this item. So that's where you can see how it's numbered, and then that coincides to when you check it in and out. So that's on there, and then we have our adaptive utensils, which I mentioned. And then you can move on to our adaptive knives. So we have a rocker knife, and then we also have a vertical knife as well. And then we have our adaptive kitchen scissors. So these are most helpful when you're doing things like household management class that we have here, and learning how to cook and cooking lab and everything like that. And then lastly, for the kitchen section, we have just some cleaning items that you use in the kitchen. So we have many of these adaptive utensil cleaners, which are awesome. You can just stick on the counter and insert the utensils in there. And then we also have dishwashing gloves, which are pretty cool. So that is the kitchen section. And then in the second row, we can start off with our personal care items. So we have this little topper that goes onto nail polishes and makes it easier to utilize. A scalp scrubber, an adaptive nail clipper, and then an adaptive nail scrubber. Moving right along, we then have our small little dressing section. So we have the elastic shoelaces and then this button and zipper aid. Just jumping ahead a little bit, we then have clothes down here that you can use the button and zipper aid to practice on there. And then the next section are just practice fasteners. So we have tying, lacing, buttoning, snapping, and buckling. So we have those in there as well. Of course, we have an empty bin to add more to the closet, so coming soon. And then we have our sanitizing wipes, which I mentioned is the little pug pointing to it. To make sure you sanitize before you put any tool back in the closet, because that is a priority for cleanliness. And then if you jump below, we're adding on to the personal care section. So we have a toilet aid. This is one that is just for show. So again, paying attention to what is just for show and what is not in the binders. We have toilet paper so someone can practice using the toilet tissue aid. And then we have a long-handled brush. And then we have a long-handled body scrubber as well in there. As I mentioned, we have the clothes for the zipper and button tool aid. And then going back to the kitchen, it does jump around a little bit, which is why it's so important to pay attention to the labels to make sure if you're using the closet, then you're putting things back in their correct place. So then we have an electric can opener and an electric jar opener, and then batteries in there to practice with. Moving right along to our very full tech bin. So we have an ergonomic mouse, an automatic card shuffler, and then we have a wooden card holder, and we have a jumbo calculator as well. So that's in our tech section. And then getting down here, we have an enlarged keyboard, 2 ergonomic keyboards, a reach and grab, and then we also have an adaptive cutting board. And this has been the most used tool so far in our closet. Thank you for coming to take a tour of our adaptive equipment closet. And thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed. Bye.